Hello and welcome to Scrapping on the Fly. My name is Kristen and I'm here with September's Off the Board with Pineapple Papers. And I jumped on my Pinterest for the first time since we did a whole month of it and found this Sketches in Time sketch that just had tons and tons of layers and some inking and a couple of pictures. And I decided I would use this time to use up the last bit of this summer fiesta 6x6 paper pad by Recollections. I have a handful of papers left and originally thought I'd use up 4 or 5 of them. When I got in there, there's only a few more than that, so I decided I was just going to finish it up. So I have some Delusion shimmer sprays because I thought they would pop off that page a little bit better, because I did want to do the black with the bright colors in this collection. And I will bring in some embellishments after I get started. So I'm going to use my inks, like I said, to do all that inking and smushing around. So I have my papers, my pictures, some embellishments, and this mixed media, and this awesome sketch. So let's see how this goes. So first things first, I cut up some packaging so that I had something to smush my inks with. And I just picked 4 different colors that I thought would go with the majority of the papers. So this is, I don't remember what they all are. I think this has something to do with lime. And if you're interested, I promise you, I will tell you in the description box if you ask. I know one of them is like sunshine yellow. One of them I think might be calypso blue. Anyway, I have a blue, a yellow, an orange, and a green. And I love how they stand out enough on this page. Not like bold and in your face, but enough. And so I just add them around, and I'm not worried about them colliding or blending because it's fine. And everything is pretty dried between each color. So these dry pretty quick once they're, especially when you smush them. So then I take like the green in the top corner, the orange in one corner, the blue in one corner, and the yellow in a corner, and just splatter them for a little extra. It changes the pattern that's there and the style. So I like that. So this is where I decided I was going to take them all out. So I take one of these and skip one, and then I take this, I go through, and then in the end I'm like, never mind, I just use them all. And I use every piece of this paper pad. So there's a couple pieces of scraps that are maybe an inch or 2 wide that I don't end up using, but for the most part I use every bit of this. So this layout ends up a little on the heavy side, but that's okay. I'm going to use one to mat this picture of me and my daughter leaning over the table, and one of us in front of the restaurant. And this was just a random day. I had taken her to the doctor, mostly because I wanted to make sure she actually went. And afterwards, I asked if she wanted to go have some dinner. So the only thing I cut off on that picture is there's like a symbol above that campestre, and it wasn't necessary. And so in order to keep it fitting on these 6x6 papers, I went ahead and did that because our faces are at the very bottom, and I obviously wasn't going to cut our faces off, so I just cut that symbol off because it wasn't even the complete sign from the store or from the restaurant. So but I did leave the name of the restaurant up there, which is the point of us being at the bottom of the picture like that. So while my paper is drying with the ink on it, I'm just going to kind of lay these out. I'd kind of like the sunshine that says Hola to be the title. In the sketch, it has the title up at the top part, but I thought it would be fine here. And I did cut this white backed paper, and I want that to be, there's a strip in this sketch that looks like it goes from the top to the bottom, and another one that goes from side to side. But I just used the paper pad, but I do make that white paper look like it is going from top to bottom, so there's some cohesion. So I am really just gonna try and see which way is gonna have the most ink showing on the outside. And so I move things around a few times. And then I'm just using a little one strip of this tape roller to adhere these down just so that they don't move if I like where they're going. but so I can move them if I don't like where they're going. So normally, if I was doing this, I would have used an L shape of that pink paper and cut the other part of that off. But the point was I wanted to use the papers. So even though I end up tearing this purple, I tuck a piece of it in down at the bottom so that it kind of goes fluid from one side to the other. It looks like this whole paper is there, from one side to the other as well. So, and I'm okay with that. It stretches it out and it gives more cohesion because these papers go together, but they, aren't the same pattern or anything like that. So I just wanted to have that little bit of extra. And I could have cut that branding strip off of that one right there, but I wasn't sure how much I was going to need. And I thought if I needed that little extra amount of that white branding strip, that it would come in handy. And then I put it to where there's like that deer or something. I don't want that. So I tuck that in behind it. And then I'm going to put that little blue strip back with the avocados on it. We were having guacamole and queso, so um, I'm trying to figure out the way to lay these. I want that Hola to show because I want that to be my title, but I also don't want to cover all the papers. I want every paper to show a little. Tucking it that direction was not going to work. I don't mind covering the queso. I really would love to have covered up that water cup, but I don't know why I didn't think to move that before we took the picture, but whatever. It looks like my daughter's chin is sitting in it. So I get that down and I do cover the queso, and I may bring in something that covers a little bit of that. So what I brought in embellishment wise is some more recollections. They actually match this paper pad, and it's just some Olay embellishment. So there's a cactus, there's a taco, there's a thing that says Fiesta Time or something like that, or taco party or something. The sombrero, there's some maracas, and then this cactus. I just tuck all these things in all around to where they're not like bam in your face, but they also bring the concept of the layout in. And so then the other thing I do is go with these clear stickers, and I end up putting them on this white scrap that was sitting next to my desk, and I just cut them all out. And one says Olay, a couple of them are peppers, one is an avocado. I put all of these up on foam, and just to give a little dimension to the page, because as of right now everything else is pretty flat. The first embellishments I put on, they're kind of like a chipboard, so there's a hint of dimension, but not really very much. So, and I've tucked all of them, so it kind of takes away that dimension. So after that, that was it. I decided to title the layout that Hola that is on the bottom corner. And that's it. So I hope you will go check out all of the amazing creatives who are hopping along with Off the Board with Pineapple Papers. They will be hopefully linked below if I remember. There is not a whole lot of ink showing, but it is still there. And because I used those big papers and two bigger pictures, it is not going to be showing as much as in the sketch, but that's okay. I love the layout. It's fun, it's bright, it's different than what I'm going to find in my book, so I'm happy with that. And another memory is documented, and another paper pad is out of my collection and in a book. So hey, so like I said, please go check out everybody else. I hope you'll come back and see me again tomorrow. Have a great day and happy scrapping.